Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome everyone out there in here. Of course, this is Call Me Nakomi, and this right here is Call Me Nakomi World, guys. I am back with a special episode of Lakers and the Other 29. I know it's been a long time since I covered my Lakers, but I needed to see some things happening. I needed to know where we truly stood before I came out and actually said what was on my mind. Let y'all know exactly how I feel. And today we got some big news. We got the news that, of course, probably every Laker fan was waiting to find out what was going to happen, because that was the biggest domino on the entire table. Please, before I get on it, before I get up to it, of course, we're going to talk about it. LeBron James has decided to move on from the Lakers in the 26-27 season. We're definitely going to get into that. We're going to get into a lot of other things that have to do with the Lakers. We're going to get into a little bit of stuff about what's going on in the rest of the league. But please, before we start off, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Please, I'm trying to get this channel to grow. I'm trying to do some more episodes, trying to cover a lot of different things, trying to cover some entertainment. Of course, I'm going to cover my sports. Of course, I'm going to cover my NFL when we come through with the foosball coming back, you know what I'm saying, in this year. But, of course, I got to start off with my Lakers, because it is the middle. It has begun. Free agency season has begun today, June 30th. And it's already rocking and rolling. There's a lot of things happening. And I'm telling you right now, I had to pour me a grown person's drink today. There's grown things happening right now. People moving around, doing whatever they had to do. And so I had to pour me a grown person's drink today. But please go ahead, get into the live chat. Let me know what y'all think. Please go ahead, drop some comments, ask me questions. We're going to talk about a lot of different things. Please go ahead, comment on here, like the video. If you're here watching and you haven't liked the video yet, man, you're doing me a disservice. And I really appreciate your love and your support. Thank you so much. Please subscribe, and please share this channel with all your friends. Come on back. We're gonna enjoy this basketball season. We're gonna enjoy this sports season. I mean, it's all we could do right now is talk about what's going on in the off seasons of basketball and football. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not a big baseball fan, so y'all can have that. I'm gonna leave all of that coverage to you guys. But I'm covering entertainment and sports. But I'm gonna be here. What's going on with my boy Maurice? What's going on, my Laker brother, like no other, Mr. Maurice? What's going on with you, man? We talking Lakers. We're gonna talk about it today. So please let me know what y'all feel about it and how what y'all think. But of course, let's go ahead with the main event. What's going on today? LeBron James is leaving the Lakers. Hey, man, it was coming. It was bound to happen, man. It was bound to happen. Hey, so we have the big drop, of course, by Shams Charania. He comes out and drops the breaking news saying LeBron James will continue his NBA career for the 2026-27 season, and has informed the Lakers that the franchise can move on without him because he will play elsewhere. Clutch Sports CEO Rich Paul tells the ESPN. Now, I mean, hey, yeah, like you said, Maurice, it was time to move on. It was time to move on. It was. We all knew it was coming, regardless of what. The man is 42, or is going to be 42 this year. I mean, it's but so many years he has left treads on the tire. I give him maybe 2 more seasons left in the tank before it just basically makes no sense for him to be out there. I mean, not saying that he can't play, but if you're not playing for nothing, and if it's not the money you're getting, I mean, maybe you just decide to defy gravity, like you're the Wicked Witch of the West, and decide to be out there for years and years to come and get on a great team. Hey, do you, boo-boo, no problem. But for a team like the Lakers, my team, the Lakers, we had to shit or get off the pot. It just comes on down to that. And it's but so many years that you are going to, for a team. I'm a Laker fan, so I have to think with a Laker cap on. And in my mind, I'm thinking our team needs to get younger. You spent the first month of the season on, with a back issue. Who knows if that's going to basically happen again? Any and all things might happen. The first season you got there, you pulled a hammy you pulled a groin muscle, and you were out for the rest of that season. And that was the first year you were here. And I'm not blaming you for any of that. But what I'm trying to say is that injuries happen. We cannot have a 42-year-old person who injury might happen to, and even though you defy all things that could possibly be with an athlete at your age, odds are you're going to take longer to come back from injury. With that being said, we can't have you tying up that much money in the cap to basically just to keep you on the team. Now, don't get me wrong. If you would have came back for 15, if you would have came back for 20, we might have basically kept you on. But there's other reasons too why I don't think that would have happened. I think that it has run its course, and I'm gonna talk about other situations of why I felt like it ran its course and it was time to move on and focus around one specific, a specific player and build out around that team. Just like how we build up around you, we brought in players that you wanted and we built around you. It's time to move on, because sooner or later, those 2 years are going to be up and we're going to be left high and dry. We had to move on to focus on the future. I'm sure the people who just dropped $10 billion on the Lakers are looking towards the future, not looking to keep LeBron James happy. That's just brass tacks. That's just brass tacks. That's what it comes down to, plain and simple. Pressure is hella on. Oh, I'm getting on Rob. Trust and believe. Trust and believe I'm getting on Rob today. But so that's what Shams Charania basically dropped today. He also added, after 8 seasons with the Lakers, including leading the franchise to a 2020 NBA championship, which I'm going to talk about also, which a lot of people basically still, even Skip Bayless, as I'm not even going to say even, because of course Skip Bayless was still throwing shade on that championship. James departs and enters free agency, set to join a new team. The Lakers president Rob Pelinka and Rich Paul spoke shortly ago about four-time champion plans. Sources said, and James chose to inform the Lakers well before the start of free agency tonight, out of courtesy and appreciation for their run together and to allow the LA to conduct this offseason business. Feel it. I appreciate you going ahead and doing that. No problem. I mean, that was what we assumed was going to happen. That's what the Lakers assumed was going to happen. It was obvious that you weren't happy being the third wheel, and Luka is obviously, not that he's a selfish player, but hey, tigers can't shoot. The two tigers can't share the same pen. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if it's a mother tiger and her cubs, but two tigers can't share the same pen. You know what I mean? So it was bound to happen, and sooner or later, people got to move on. I mean, Shaq had to move on when Kobe got too big to contain anymore. So hey, it has to happen. Sooner or later, someone has to move aside. So that's what Shams basically broke on the side. So before I go on, I'm not going to basically throw too much. I'm not going to throw shade completely on Braun. Now, listen, in the years that Braun has been with the Lakers, many things have happened. He joined. We had let me see, how much was that? 6 straight years of missing the playoffs. Before that, we basically got bounced in the playoffs in the first round. We won the first round, got bounced in the second round. The year before that, we got bounced in the second round again. So the year before that, we won the championship in 2009, 2010. But then we had 3 meager years of getting to the playoffs, but not really doing anything. And then 6 straight years of completely missing the playoffs. And during that time, we, of course, accumulated many stars and future stars and solid role players through the draft, picking first and second and not first. We never picked first, but second. We accumulated many players, to speak of Jordan Clarkson, Julius Randle, Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, Kyle Kuzma, Josh Hart. We, during that time, we picked up all of those players and we switched it all around because we got LeBron James here. And I personally felt like he actually looked really good with a lot of those young players. But unfortunately, he wanted to get AD in there. So they decided to move some players here. And then the next year, they switched it all around to build around LeBron. Now, at first, I knew that was like, I'm beating a dead horse, but I don't mean to. But at the same time, I have to recap my experience since LeBron James started with the Lakers. Now, he came to the Lakers, and at the time we were sorry. We were sorry as hell. So I would, even though personally I thought we were building something, and I wouldn't have minded, and I definitely felt that we needed a star to do anything in this league. You need a star. You know what I mean? And even better if you could not even get a star, but you could get a legend. LeBron James was a legend. At the same time, I felt like LeBron James comes with a certain expectation. I don't want to say medals, but he basically is involved, very, very involved with getting his team, with getting players that he feels is good enough to contend for a championship. And I don't hate on him for that, but I knew that if he was going to come into the Lakers, a lot of our young players was going to go. And there's some of the players that I wouldn't mind if they left, but there's some players that I honestly really, really would have loved to keep with us. I would have loved to have kept. I mean, we kept Kyle Kuzma. I would have loved to have kept Lonzo Ball. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it is what it is. The Pelicans wouldn't have took it unless we included Lonzo Ball. So boom, we did what he had to do. Got LeBron in. So the next year, after his second year, we got to the championship, and I don't care what nobody says, but nobody throws shade on the bubble championship. It was the hardest championship to win. I don't care what people say. Oh, he got to rest for 4 months. AD got to rest for 4 months. So did everybody else. They weren't the only ones at home resting. And you play basketball for a living. You don't get no points for not wanting to finish your season, for wanting to just hang it up. And you want to take away credit from us because we decided to say, all right, well, we might as well win it. We were already the top in the West Coast anyway, and everybody else folded. So thank you for this new championship in this Louis trunk. You know what I mean? So plain and simple, that right there was absolute greatness. And we did what we had to do, and we dominated, and we did what we had to do. Boom. This is where the trouble started. Yes, absolutely. I think it really it wasn't his fault, but I really think that it affected the LA fans to not have a parade. It would have been great to have a parade, but at the same time, a championship's a championship. And I wore my championship shirts, plain and simple, all the time. Couldn't nobody tell me nothing. Matter of fact, I bought a LeBron James jersey for the first time after he won a championship, because that's what I told myself. Even though my last name is James, I wasn't going to go out and get a LeBron James jersey until he won a championship for the Lakers. That's just how it was for me. I don't care what it was what it was. And when he did that, I went out and bought me a jersey. Matter of fact, I bought my whole family a jersey. Me and my spouse and my daughter bought us all a jersey. We still got those, and we're going to keep them forever. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But plain and simple, he had to earn it in the yellow and gold, in the purple and gold. Boom. So did great. I need Rob Pelinka to answer for what happened in that second year after the championship, because I feel that is where the first crack in the facade showed. We had a great team, an absolute excellent team with veterans and young folk. Kyle Kuzma, Caruso. I mean, we had Horton Tucker, even though he didn't mean nothing really much afterwards. You know what I mean? But we had Rondo. We had AD when he was still healthy. You know what I mean? I mean, we had a great, well-rounded team. And then Rob Pelinka, thinking too much, decided to break the whole team up because he thought that 2 high 6 men of the year candidates was equal to the veterans that we had on the team. So he decided to gut the team and bring in a whole new team. And all we had was Rondo, who basically got hurt for some of the year. We had Dwight Howard, who was absolutely amazing during the championship run, but they barely brought him back on the team. I mean, it was unrecognizable. And we still got to the playoffs, but then we got kicked out in the first round against the Suns. Now, mind you, understandable. That was mostly because AD got hurt in the series. So no problem, he got hurt. But the year after that, we was trash, and we had to get up from underneath a lot of those players. mainly because Rob Pelinka was giving out player options like they were Skittles. So everybody was picking up their player option. So we had to wait for people to pick up the player option and then trade them off. And then basically, and now we're basically picking up the pieces for years and years to come. Then I feel like a lot of the blame goes back onto Braun and them. Even though I wasn't really big on Buddy Hield or Miles Turner to come to the team. Maybe a couple of years when they were actually still young, maybe it would have been cool. But at the same time, they said, nah, we want Russell on the team. Russell Westbrook, who can only be good if he's the only good person on the team. That's why I don't really believe in a lot of these players like De'Aaron Fox. Because if you're the best person on a bad team, what does that mean that you're going to be a good person on a good team? You can only play if the ball's in your hands for 35 minutes out of the 48. So they bring Russ in. Russell don't know how to play with other people who need the ball in their hands. And he's not Russell. He's not prime Russell no more. And then they say, all right, no, we're going to basically fill it in by putting in a whole bunch of other old dudes on the team. Carmelo Anthony. I mean, it was just like bring back Dwight again. It was nasty work. It was just like, matter of fact, I don't think they even brought Dwight back again after that, because Dwight and AD had a little beef basically, and so they decided not to do that again. But you had Carmelo Anthony, Russell Westbrook, AD, and Braun, and Lord knows AD likes to dribble the ball for at least 8 seconds when he gets the ball in his hands. So how is that going to work? Are you the GM? Or are you basically this consulting agency for Rick? What was this dude's name? For Rich Paul and Clutch. I mean, what are we doing here? Are we basically running our own business, or are we running their business? And hey, that's your problem that you decided to bring in 2 major Clutch clients into the same team. So basically, they took over a lot of the pressure on that team. They got a lot of leverage. So they were able to do whatever they wanted to do, bring in whoever they wanted to bring in, and you had to just kind of go along with it. And it was all good when we were winning. But I'll give Skip some props. He called out some real shit. We missed the playoffs twice when he was here. Granted, the first year we missed the playoffs. It was basically all them young cats on there. So fine, we wasn't planning on being in there. Even though if Braun didn't get hurt before the end of that season, if he didn't pull a groin before the end of that season, I think he pulled it like on the Christmas Day, like Christmas Day or something like that. And we were actually like in 4th, and then we basically fell out. So fine, I might give you half credit for that. What's the name for that season? But the year after, the 2 years after we won, we missed the playoffs altogether after winning the championship. That's no bueno. That's no bueno. And I mean, I'm not putting it all on Braun for that. But at the same time, that's Rob Pelinka. So it's two bad energies in there that's fighting against each other. And I usually don't like to basically blame Jeannie, but Jeannie, just like how you fired your brothers, sooner or later you got to boss up and do something about this. So we finally was able to kind of get it together a little bit. A few years ago, back in 2022, 2023, we went to the conference finals, but we lost to the Nuggets. We got swept. Missed the playoffs altogether 2 years. Got swept 2 years. Got knocked out got knocked out in like the first round. 2 years. What's that for? 2 years. I mean, I mean. I'm not putting it all on LeBron. He is a GOAT. Plain and simple. I don't even want to call it 1A. I don't even want to call it 1 and 2. I like to call, I mean, if you're being real, it's 1 and 2, plain and simple. But I like to call it 1A and 1B because if you're really, really, breaking it down the entirety of their careers, Braun had Jordan was able to basically do the unthinkable, two three-peats, unbeaten in the playoffs. But Braun went to the finals 9 straight years. I mean, What can you do with that? What can you do with that? I mean, hey, you got to give it props to that. You got to give him props to that. Absolutely. You know what I mean? And you win some, you lose some. Sometimes you got to have a good team around you. And many times Bron didn't have a good team. But I feel like a lot of the times when Bron didn't have a good team, it was a little bit because he was meddling and making his GM think a little too much. It is what it is. I mean, hey, you basically get where you at sooner or later by the bricks that you've laid. The bricks that you've laid gets you down the road that you go. That's what it is. You know what I mean? Let me read some of these comments here. What's going on, Lord of the fourth point, 4P4T. Okay, what's going on with you, man? Thanks for coming through. Yeah, definitely. Maurice, you said pressure hella on Rob. He better come with it. Come with it, or come with it. He better come on with the come on. Exactly. Lord of the Fifth says Kobe with the championships rings. Exactly. 5 championships, 1 3-peat, 1 repeat. 1 3-peat, 1 repeat. Hey, that's why Kobe still my number 1 in my heart. Still my number 1. But still, if I'm being like real on basketball, he's number 3 to me. He's number 3, but he's number 1 in my heart. He's my favorite player of all time, period. 1 bubble and a tournament cup, NASCAR banner. I mean, hey, that's what he got. Kobe went to 3 straight NBA finals without Shaq and without a top 75 player. Absolutely. Winning 2 championships back to back. Very true. Kobe's up there, period. No basketball, no parade. I mean, hey, it is what it is. I mean, hey, there was a lot of no things basically. And I mean, I think a lot of it too is like people just, recency bias. You seeing New York go crazy because, they got the championship. They bring the championship home. Everybody gets to celebrate with them, not just in New York, but around the entire world. Stopped. I watched the whole parade, the whole New York parade. Some tears came down my eyes and everything. Just listening to Alicia Keys, New York's in my heart forever, I'm a New York girl, basically, but I really, really wish that Lakers would have had a chance to have a parade, with Braun out there. But hey, it just didn't happen. It was just not in the cards. LBJ couldn't hold Kobe's jockstrap on no level. I mean, I'm not going to take that away from Braun. Braun was basically a great player. He was a great absolute player. He is. He's still playing. He's going to play for somebody somewhere sometime. It just won't be with the Lakers. Bubble holds no weight in LA. I mean, hey, maybe I don't know. Basically, I mean, I don't live in LA. I'm a Laker fan. I've been a Laker fan since '95. It holds weight to me, and I'd stand up for it at any time someone tries to come up their mouth and say that we don't have 17. Would you rather have 16 or would you rather have 17? So relax and hold up that banner. You better defend that banner because everybody else came through and they want to basically act like, oh, don't nobody care about that championship. But you would have been falling over your feet to celebrate that championship if it was yours. Period. LeBron James came to LA to destroy Kobe's legacy. That's arguable. I mean, hey, that's basically, Bron is not just a great NBA player. He also was a person, or is a person, who thinks about legacy and is strategic with it. In that his approach to it, where sometimes to overtake someone in legacy, sometimes you got to break down or build on top of someone's legacy. And I'm not saying that he's done that, but coming to the Lakers, on one hand, I feel like it's, the Lakers is, the great thing about the Lakers is it didn't start with Kobe. Kobe just built on top of the legacy, the dynasty, as I have here, the dynasty has all the championship years on the back here. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. We're a team that basically has brought in championship after championship after championship, and that is our goal every single year. And if that was the goal, he brought one, but he didn't bring in more, and that wasn't completely his fault. But I feel like in the midst of the whole situation, he could have just let Rob cook. And Rob would have either dug his own grave or built the team that he could have built. I mean, hell, I kind of feel like maybe Rob might have lucked into, he got a little bit of help from Clutch, bringing in AD, and he lucked into picking up some players that everybody wasn't like, wasn't even like, oh my God, he got this person. Like, people wasn't like, oh, like when he was building that 1920 championship team, I don't think anybody was like, oh my goodness. I mean, the Rajon Rondo part was just like, oh, that's great. I think that's a good ass pickup. You know what I'm saying? And a couple of other people was like, great, but it wasn't like he brought in like mad superstars from all over. He brought in some good, serviceable players, and that is kind of how you build a championship. It wasn't just Kobe and Shaq. It was Derek Fisher. It was Rick Fox. It was Big Shot Bob. You know what I'm saying? It was those other players that played. It was Horace Grant. You know what I mean? It was a lot of players that was there that was able to hold up and build up that team. So I mean, sometimes you bring in some players, you bring in some stars, but you got to build in that team at the same time and hold together some of those glue players. Use those glue players and let them be glue. You can't bring in glue players and then pull them off like they Velcro. They're Velcro players. If they're not glue, they're either glue players or they're Velcro players. And you basically turn those great glue players into Velcro because you decided to throw them off, a la Marcus Smart. This is your last year, Rob. They're gonna turn over from you too, real quick, bro. I tell you right now, I don't think this new ownership group, I don't think that they have any kind of patience. They're just like, all right, you got all that money. What you gonna do with this here? And we last place. We like the fucking turtle in the race with the hair. Everybody else then ran off with everybody. I mean, don't get me wrong. A lot of people basically re-signed with their teams, but there's a lot of players moving around right now, and I don't know how none of them ain't saying that the Lakers name ain't coming up yet. This is the first time the Lakers players came up yet, besides basically Marcus Smart leaving, Braun leaving, AR staying, getting a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, I love AR. I got his jersey hanging up in my closet, but at the same time, that's a big block of money. Is he AD money? Is he bringing in that kind of contribution? AD contribution? AD deserved that money, bringing in that contribution. But I can't be mad at the dude, man. He basically, he sacrificed for years, getting paid like $12 million a year, even though he was the third man on the team for like several years. He needed to get paid. I mean, I'm not going to count the man's pockets. AR had to get paid. And either he was going to leave. I don't know if he was actually really, really preparing to leave, or he really just was like, yo, the pressure actually worked. I mean, hey, he learned from the best. He learned under LeBron for years and years, man. Rob fucked up. Rob fucked us up too, cause he has the last say in every decision. Absolutely, he could have said no to that Russell Westbrook thing. Everybody and their mama was just like, why would the Lakers do that? They said we know better. LeBron and AD called us and told us that we needed to do it. What's this dude's name? Jerry Krause. He ain't gave two shits what Jordan had to say. This was Jordan. This was Black Jesus, the Black Cat. This was dude who basically every kid in the hood was walking around with his sneakers. Everybody in the world wanted to touch this dude's skin. This basically be like, oh my God, I got the power. That's how Jordan was. And Jerry Krause couldn't give two shits. Plain and simple. He's like, oh, you want Phil here? He's going next year, so I don't know what you want to do. I mean, it is what it is. You on the contract. We're not trading you. You want this next contract? I bet. You know what I mean? Oh, you want to come back? All right, cool. No problem. We got a team. I stay with a team. Jerry Krause stayed with a team. Jordan being on the team or not being on the team. When Jordan left, Scottie Pippen still had them in the playoffs. They didn't miss a beat. But Rob is playing. He's playing checkers. He been playing checkers. LBJ got swept 4 times in three different decades. LBJ ruined the NBA. I don't know if I won't say all that. Basically, I think he changed the NBA basically, but at the same time, I feel like when you there is a balance, and I feel like the balance shifted a bit. And I don't want to say it shifted in the best, it shifted for the good, shifted for the worse. I think that definitely, I love the fact that players have more power and can decide, or at least he was the blueprint for controlling your own destiny, not basically being a slave to these teams who are just like, well, we can pay you the most money, so you might as well stay. And then next thing you know, you get Blake Griffin, then basically sign this huge contract and get shipped off to fucking Detroit. I mean, hey, you can play those games. LeBron's not going to stay around to basically play those games with his legacy. So he took his time. He made sure he didn't have no trade clauses. He had no trade clauses in his contracts, and you couldn't touch him. 4 years. Hey, you lucky if I re-up. I re-up. He re-up twice. He re-up several times with the Lakers. So he did his time, and he realized that his time is up. The Lakers wasn't going to pay him no great, huge money because they basically had a whole new kid to basically build around, and I don't blame him for that. I don't blame Bron for leaving, and I don't blame the Lakers for moving on, because eventually Bron is not going to be in the NBA. That's his life. That's life. Super team, Lord of the Fifth, super team that didn't make playoffs. It was ugly for a couple years, man. 4 years only, one bubble and tournament and NASCAR banner. Yeah. What's up, my friend? What's going on? Dan, the Laker fan. How you feel? How you feeling right now, my dude? How you feeling? Hey, I'm sure I'm sharing a lot of sentiments that you probably would be saying, or you probably saying right now. I'm sure you're gonna go live sooner or later. Kobe, King of LA. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. But at least Kobe, when he retired, he passed the torch to Bron. So the Kobe Bron stuff, I always felt that was whack and that was dead. Plain and simple. It's about the team. It's about the franchise. It's about what can you bring to us right now, and we are going to respect you for being a legend. But sooner or later, every team must move on and think about the future, because no team, you don't want to think about the future. Fine. Take your one championship and be happy with that. Thunder, Nuggets, Detroit, they got their one championship and they was happy. It made their day. That don't happen in LA. LA, we not like that. We not built like that. We like, all right, how we get to this next one? We want 2. We greedy. We hungry. Famished out in the streets. We famished in these streets. Tell you right now, when the ribs start showing, hungry. The Lakers are hungry for another championship. So Rob, brother, it's gonna be. You think Rob? I tell you right now, you better make miracles every Thanksgiving, because this is your last year. I don't want to see that's a cool move. That's not going to break. That's not going to cut it no more, Rob. That's not going to cut it no more. Plain and simple. You better hope that car kid, you better hope that he's the next Kobe. You better hope that he's the next coming. And I don't think he is. He probably would have went higher if he was, but you better hope that he could put on about 20 pounds and maybe even grow another inch. Plain and simple. He need to get to about 6'5". Unless he got handles like Kyrie Irving, Carr better get to about 6'5". And I mean, plain and simple, he better get about 20 pounds extra on him right now. He gonna get his grown man body sooner or later, but it better happen quick, fast, in a hurry. Or Rob, we thank you for your services. We wish you good luck in the wars to come. Lakers most likely will sign Grimes and Sandro. I don't even know how to say that last name. I mean, I tell you right now, it's looking like it's gonna be another one of those off seasons where we get stuck in the waiting game, waiting for a team to decide to basically re-sign one of their restricted free agents. And during that time, we missed on. I mean, we've already missed out on everybody that there is to get, except for the 2 restricted free agents that we could get. And even then, I'm afraid of them as they come in. I'm more afraid of them than I was of AD coming in. Even AD had a street clothes persona coming into the Lakers. Walker Kessler basically, has been hurt. He missed damn near most of last season. I think he played maybe 30 or something less than 30 games last season. Walker Kessler. He was good when I saw him, but at the same time, he wasn't no world beater either. He was solid. What's the dude that we basically traded away? That's another dude that we traded away. We sent him to the Clippers. Of all places, we sent him to the Clippers, and he kicked our ass every single time we saw him. God dang, I can't remember his name. But anyway, I don't think he's anything better than a 17 and 9 dude, Walker Kessler. I mean, unless because he's not getting above the rim, so maybe he's a 20 and 10 dude on a good day if he's perfectly healthy, perfect conditions. It ain't gonna be perfect conditions because especially in the West, everybody got centers, and I don't see him dominating no team with no real centers. NBA Finals losers bum. Jordan, Kobe, Wilt. That's your top. I feel it. Kobe 3-peat. Is what it is, man. Hey, but I feel it. At the same time, you have to give props to the GMs. Jerry West, the greatest GM of all time. Jerry West, Jim Krause, period. They were able to stay with a squad. When Jerry West was running the ship, we was not missing the playoffs, no matter who was hurt, no matter what was going on, even though when he had little brain farts and decided to basically pick up Karl Malone and Gary Payton in the last couple of years, we still made it to the finals. And we got beat by a better team with better chemistry. It is what it is. With our team, half of our team hurt. It is what it is. But right now, we're dealing with mediocrity. Our GM's trash. I'm sorry. I want to make excuses for him, but at the same time, I can't make excuses when I see people running laps around the Lakers and I see this dude acting like he's smarter than everybody else, but it don't look like it because he's doing moves that 3 years from now we're just like, wish he wouldn't have gave him that. Braun got what he wanted. He did. He got to play for a great team. Maurice, he got to play for a great team, great franchise, story franchise. He got to be the man on the Lakers for 7 years. 7 years got to be 6.5 years. Got to be the man on the Lakers. Even though he had AD there, basically, and he got to do. He just had to do with the best with what he had. So Braun was still great. Seven all NBA teams. Still was here and there in the MVP, was in the MVP voting, still getting MVP votes. He did what he had to do, but half of it is on Rob. He wasn't putting great teams around him. He wasn't putting the franchise in positions before this whole new bargaining agreement started. You can't complain about it now. Now the new bargaining agreement is in place, so it hampers us a whole lot. But it hasn't been in place the whole entire time. This is maybe the third season that the new bargaining agreement is in place. So what happened those other 4 years? You shit the bed. It is what it is. Yeah, Rob, if you don't get Luka the team he needs, that's your ass, and that's the postman. Hey, I've been saying that Rob basically was on the hot seat. That's not even a heated seat in a luxury car. My man is in hell right now, sitting next to the devil, and the devil's just like, bro, I'm making you a room. I'm setting you up a room, my dude. You're not leaving here no time soon. Plain and simple. Make yourself at home. Make yourself at home, Rob, because that seat is getting hot and it's going to do nothing but get hotter. That's bullshit. What's bullshit, man? Gerald Cross 575. Go ahead and tell me what's that bullshit. Luke Kennard signs with the Suns for 2 years. So Luke Kennard's gone now too. Woo! I know Joker's coming in 2027. I mean, hey, that's what we're hoping for, but can Rob pull it off? Maybe. I mean, hell, he got Luka here. But it's not about pulling off. I think that some people are good at getting the big splashy moves. And I think Rob can do that most times. Sometimes. But he can't build out a team. Besides the starting five, we ain't got nobody on the bench, and that's where the league is going right now. The league is going where you need. I'm glad he didn't give up that first round pick, because we need every single one of those first and second round picks, and we need to pick well when we do, because we need to build out our team through the draft. Keep all of those picks and keep on building this team out, because nobody's giving the Lakers any favors. They're not doing us any favors, and personally, I feel like one of the biggest reasons why they're not doing us any favors and why Rob Pelinka sooner or later has to leave is because people don't like Rob Pelinka. You can't be the leader of the team and the person who walks in first and is the face of the team, and people don't like you. People don't trust you. Even our players that we actually really liked before they even left, you was talking shit about them. Finney Smith, who just left, you was passing around, rumors about, his back's hurt and all this, that, and the third. I'm just like, who does this? Who raised you, Rob? Who raised you? Zubac. Thank you, Dan. Thank you. Yeah, Zubac, who be beating our ass every single year. We could have had Zubac too. That was another one of those young players that we got and we decided to move on from because we thought that we don't need him. Damn, we need Zubac right now. We would have loved Zubac in the last 2 years. The last 3-4 years. Could you imagine if you had AD and Zubac coming up behind AD? And that's a whole nother thing. I mean, yes, I hear when you was talking wild mess when you came out in that conference in Vegas and was just like, well, personally, I feel like this is a guards league. Come on, son. Everybody knew you was wilding when you said that. Everybody knew you was wilding. Yeah, this guards, and it's good to have guards. It's good to have a point guard in your team, but this is still a big man team. If I got 2 big men and you got 2 small men, we win, period. And AD has been begging you every single year to get him a backup, to get him a real solid backup. Not even just so he could basically play the power forward, which is something that he wanted to do, but he wanted the optionality. He wanted the ability. Your team needs that flexibility. But you just kept on giving him trash. Now the boy who lived is Jackson Hayes. That's the best that we could hold on to is Jackson Hayes. And we may have to run it back with DeAndre Ayton. Get the fuck out of here, man. Come on, son. Come on. You can't be telling me that you are a top of the line GM and the best thing you could pull out your pants is Mitch Robinson, DeAndre Ayton, and Jackson Hayes. Wow. How did we live before Rob Pelinka came through? Yo, call up the Hornets, man. We want that old GM back, son. He has to be better than this. Kennard's gone. Gone, sis. He's with the Suns. That's that bull, man. I feel good, fam. Respect to Braun. Absolutely respect to Braun. He did what he had to do while he was here, and I'm not blaming him completely because plain and simple, he had to do what he could do with whatever Rob gave him. Now I'm sure if Rob would have given him Richard Jefferson, J.R. Smith, Kyrie Irving, what's dude's name? Kevin Love, he could have did something with that. He could have did something with that. especially in his older years. He could have did something with that. That's a bunch of dudes that basically you could have picked up for crumbs. Reach your hand in your pockets and, oh my God, Richard Jefferson fell out. I mean, come on now. He had some people on his team that he could have kept the next year. J.R. Smith. I don't care how high he was during the celebration. I don't care how high he was. Plain and simple. There's a lot of players that you could have picked up, but I personally feel that there's a lot of players that we could have picked up this year even. But yo, the Lakers is a no-fly zone right now. I feel. And I feel the stench is coming off Rob Pelinka. I'm sorry. I'm on your ass, Rob Pelinka, all year long. Bron, bon voyage. All the best to you. It was bound to happen. I wish you all the best luck. I'll talk about where I think you're going to basically go in a second. But hey, I think Rob Pelinka needs to basically be the next person to be out the door. I think he should basically come in and have his stuff packed up and be like, yo, your name's still on the door, but your stuff is in the box. You need to figure it out how the hell basically to feel comfortable enough to put your pictures back on the wall, my dude. Plain and simple. I feel good, fam. Basically straight always. We gonna be straight always. Absolutely. The Lakers are gonna be the Lakers. Sooner or later, somebody gonna have to make a move. 101 Street Saint Nick, 101st and Saint Nick. That's what you from. All right. What's up with you, my New York brother? Zubak, right. Thank you. Right. If Rob fails, we gonna get his ass fired. Oh, he I'm sorry now, Rand. Rob, it don't look good for you. Don't look good. I would really think that's the case. Rob might get fired in the middle of the season. I mean, I say he should get. Hey, I have a business degree, and one of definitely the first things that they teach you in business school is how to handle turnover. And definitely, you do it in the morning before they can really, really get settled into the day. You don't let nobody know except for the people who has to know, especially if it's like, security wise, people who have to be aware so that when they go into that room, you are packing up their bag and picking up any personal items that they might need and they walked in with, and you have their bag ready for them to walk out the door. You don't make this be something that they know is coming so that they're unable to sabotage anything. I had someone where I used to work. I worked for some firms, and they were disgruntled because they didn't get a bonus that they were expecting. And they left the boss's room, the boss's office, and went to call one of their main clients, and eventually got that client to basically leave that firm to follow them to wherever the next firm that they were going to was. They ended up suing that person, but that's the kind of things that could happen if you give people, time to work, or work in your favor or work against your favor. So Rob needs to basically not know it's coming, but it needs to be something that, hey, it is what it is. I say that basically, depending on how it goes, the first season, I say you let go of him before the trade deadline, because he hasn't shown me nothing in the trade deadline. I'm not going into the trade deadline talking about, oh well, we might get somebody in the trade deadline who's going to help us in the playoff. No. We never get somebody in the trade deadline. We haven't gotten somebody by trade deadline who has been any type of real difference, who has made any kind of real difference. I'm sorry. I haven't seen nothing that stands out in my mind that the Lakers picked up that was like, oh my God, we picked him up during the trade deadline. No, he's ill prepared, and he's not well liked. He's not well received. Yes, the trade deadline. Okay, Luka. He brought in Luka. That was definitely one person that he brought in that was before the trade deadline was over. So I'll give him that. But personally, I don't think that was even a Rob. He was just the benefactor. I mean, he was just the recipient. He was just the benefit. The person who got the benefit. That was Luka was being dealt. They just decided to deal him to the Lakers. So Rob was just like, I mean, hey, they probably even paid for Rob's coffee. He probably didn't even need to pay for the coffee. The coffee was paid for before he even sat down at the table. Aiden Butterfingers, absolutely. I can't watch that again. I can't watch that again. On and off again. He's like he's pendulum. Will Fields, this is the truth. Rob is the worst GM ever, man. He's a bum. Exactly. I hope so. Lakers need Kai Sato. Who's Kai Sato? Somebody tell me. What's up, Super? Thank you, Super Slayton, for Slayton Gods. I appreciate it. Rob lost Braun, more likely Smart, and Rui and Luke Kennard. God, my first thought today was, Lord, can we please, if we lost Braun, can we please just keep Rui? If we can't even keep Rui, we are not making the playoffs this year. I don't give a damn who they bringing through that fucking door. If we lose Rui, we are donezo this season. We are playing bound. Period. The Trailblazers are going to be better than us. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. The Trailblazers are going to pass us. And remember, Maurice basically goes on to say, and remember it was supposed to be Luka that this off season was going to be the great for him. I don't know that basically that's not what's going on. Thank God someone besides me on Rob asked, I can't stand this guy. Really, I can't. Exactly. Great House Hoops said, upstate New York, what's going on with you? New York fam, what's going on with you? Upstate New York, in here. Hope Rob isn't pushing all the chips into the into the Kessler. God, man, we would have to pay Kessler so much money just to get him from Utah. I'm just like, bro, I get it. Luka wants a great center, but that's some things that needed to be worked out before the offseason even came in. You can't go into the offseason and being like, okay, so what can we do? You are ill prepared. You are not prepared if that was what you were doing. If you knew that LeBron James wasn't your dude, that should have been a plan. Like, I'm sorry, now come on, man. You don't think these people really started talking just now when the season's ended? People didn't start talking when the season ended. They've been had these plans in the pipelines. So I mean, come on, Rob is always a day late and $1 short. So I'm just like, come on now. It's just like we gonna wait, and it's gonna burn us in our ass. We're gonna have to pay just to appease Luka, to social Luka. See, Luka, we got you a big center. We got you a big center, which is not the great center. The center he wants to play with is Jokic, but we're not going to do that unless we are able to basically get Kessler and then trade Kessler for Jokic, plus every single pick we have for the next 5 years, 6 years to get Joker on top of Kessler, and half the team to get Joker. Because Lord knows the Nuggets are not going to let Jokic walk for free because they're not stupid. So they're gonna want to do a sign and trade anyway. Super Salian gods. If the Lakers don't get K Sato, they don't beat the likes of OKC, Spurs, and Miami Heat. And the list is on and on. Luka needs Kai Sato, the best. Let me see who is this? Who is Kai Sato? I'm gonna look him up. I'm gonna look him up real quick. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna keep on just basically saying his name. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna act like I'm okay. He's a Filipino player. Is he playing? Has he been drafted yet? 7'3". For the minimum, okay. So he's not in the league yet. He's going to the league next year. Okay, I mean, hey, maybe he'll come through. I mean, hey, it is what it is. But I mean, if he's great, we ain't gonna have. I mean, hey, unless the Lakers suck this season, which is a possibility. I mean, to be real with you, if we don't have a good team, and even God forbid, but either Laker or Luka or AR gets hurt for a part of the season, we'll be in that lottery. And we might have a chance. But 7-3, If he's a phenom that you tow in, man. I mean, hey, we might have a chance. Please, Lord. I can't deal with the Laker hate, man. I can't deal with the Laker hate if that's the situation. We better get at least Walker Kessler or Duran. That's both of them is going to be a sticky place to be, man. Hopefully, if either way, either we're going to do a sign either we're going to get them in free as a restricted free agent when we're going to have to overpay them, or we're going to have to do a sign and trade, and that means that we're going to have to give up people. And honestly, we don't got nobody to give up. Ugh. Who we going to get now after we get them? Because I mean, it's already done. It's already seriously finished. The season, the free agency is pretty much done, and this was a weak free agency as is. So free agency is damn near done. We going to have to do a sign and trade if that's the best situation that we could possibly get. Do a sign and trade with this dude. We're gonna have to give up some of the good young players we might be able to get. I mean, it's a mess, absolutely a mess. So who's Caicedo? Right. Best center today. Caicedo searching for his name. So you will know highlights. I'm gonna look up his highlights. I'm gonna look it up. Okay, I'm gonna look it up. Okay, so I feel it. You pushing Caicedo. I feel it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna look him up. No doubt. What's going on? Marie said Rob hands smell like shit, like complete shit the way he be sitting on them. Exactly. We won't have any picks. We're not gonna have no picks when it's all said and done. It's gonna be ugly, one way or another. And it's just like, hey, it's a gift and a curse. We've been decent this past several years, so I mean, we've been having the draft picks that we do have is either at the bottom end of the draft, or we have to trade away all the picks that we do have to get somebody in that's obviously hasn't stuck or hasn't been helping us the way any way we really need. I mean, hey, I will say though, Super Saiyan, I will say this. I keep thinking to myself, like, the best thing that we could possibly do is probably get a high draft pick and pick us a center, because obviously they've been playing keep away with the centers for a long time with the Lakers. Because I don't really think that Rob has not been trying to get centers, but he just hasn't been able to get centers. So maybe that's a little bit also not completely on Rob, but at the same time, hey, either you do the job or you don't do the job. Get the job done or you don't do the job. It is just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, especially with the way the league is right now, we just gonna have to figure out a way to get our center in the draft. Either that or try to pull away one of these centers that everybody just keeps on sniping right before we get the pick. This happens every single year. It happened this year. You know what I mean? So Rob, the LeBron James era has ended. He did amazing for us when he was here. While he was here, he broke records. He gave us highlights. He gave us something to cheer for every single year. His presence definitely raised us to a level where we were able to contend every single year. But at the same time, it's but so much he can do by himself. He cannot build a team. And Rob has done what he could do. But at the same time, I feel like his abilities and his work abilities, his game is not at a great level compared to a lot of these other people out there. So I mean, hey, Rob needs to come with it in the next few years, or in the next year period, or you're gonna have to turn the Luka era over to the next person. Hey, it is what it is. Please, Rui, stay with the Lakers. Please. I always had it in my mind that Rui was a great replacement for Bron. He's a better shooter than Bron. He's not as great of a driver to the rim, but I mean, there's only two people that I could think of that is as great at driving to the rim as Bron is, and that's Bron and Giannis. Close third, maybe Zion, but plain and simple, they don't make a lot of those people that you can't stop running to the rim. Rui didn't need to be that, but that same body build, I feel like Rui is definitely someone that Rob should at least try to keep before he even thinks about all these other people. Please try to keep Rui, please. Anyway, so what free agents are actually left? I don't think there's that many free agents actually left, man. Let's go through the list. It started off with on the 24th Isaiah Stewart going to the Memphis Grizzlies. Then there was a bunch of other people, little ones here and there, you know what I mean? Then we got the breaking news that the Charlotte Hornets are sent LaMelo Ball to the Timberwolves. So he's going to go team up with Anthony Edwards. I think that's going to be a decent pairing out there. I don't know how well that's going to be defensively, but I think that's actually a good balance because Anthony Edwards is obviously the alpha. No matter what LaMelo Ball is out there, LaMelo Ball better not get goofy. If he gets goofy and decides to say he want to do what he want to do, he can be shipped out again, and that'll be the end of his career. So he better get on board, or else he's going to be basically go somewhere else. So that was that trade that happened. Then Kobe White, now that LaMelo Ball was basically gone, Kobe White signed for a long-term deal with the Hornets. Then Mark Williams, the one that we basically passed on, he decided to stay with the Phoenix Suns. The Thunder sent Isaiah Joe to the Pistons for a couple of draft picks. Alvarado, I'm glad about this one, man. Alvarado stayed with the New York Knicks. I'm so glad that he got to stay with the New York Knicks, man. Got to keep a homegrown boy, at home. This is another big one, Meg. This is another big domino. Maybe this might be the last big domino to fall in this off season right here. Where is Jaylen Brown going to end up? I mean, honestly, I've been asking myself this question. Being an AR fan, I've been asking myself this question. I mean, we would have to trade AR and somebody, but Luka and Jaylen Brown together, I'll sign up for that. But he definitely is the next domino to fall. I wonder where he is going to fall. I'm sure there's plenty of offers out there, and Boston is talking to people. Or Boston might decide to say that they're going to basically eat crow and decide to let him stay. But it's going to be very, 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 very tense in that locker room unless Brown can decide to be the bigger person, even though he shouldn't be the bigger person, or somebody going to decide to squash it. We're going to see, but that looks ugly. Hartenstein's going back to the Thunder. Ron Harper, that's Dylan Harper's brother, is going to be staying with the Celtics. This is another big one. So basically, the Charlotte Hornets decided to basically just go with a straight rebuild around Colin Knippel and Brandon Miller. So Miles Bridges is now with the Phoenix Suns. That might be a good place for him to go. Bridges, just basically kind of revamp his career, even though he was a great player, but he has that big huge stain of the of the assault that he did on his partner. So hopefully, he can turn his life around and get that behind him, doing what he has to do. Fred VanVleet is opting into his $25 million $25 million option with the Houston Rockets. $25 million for VanVleet, man. He basically was hurt most of the time. I mean, and personally, yeah, he's an okay point guard, but they need more than Fred VanVleet. No playing around. Harden has declined his $42 million option with the Cleveland Cavaliers. I mean, hey, maybe he might decide to restructure it so he could allow Braun to come back. I'm gonna go into that a little bit in a couple seconds. Just going through some moves that's going on. Zach LaVine staying with the Kings. Yeah, that's fine. Nobody cares. If you ain't hurt, you basically getting dead calories. That's all you're doing right now. Michael Beasley, he don't bet. Gambling's not great, guys. I mean, let me not say that because Lord knows I probably just cost myself a sponsorship. But at the same time, guys, don't gamble What's going on with you, Kurt? What's going on? Hey, man, don't gamble on your own team, man. All you're doing is basically this. You're hurting yourself. Because if you do it one time, all you need to do is one time. It's like, I mean, hey, I don't do drugs no more. I never did no crazy drugs. But as if you open yourself up to do it one time, you convince yourself that it's okay. And then they got you. They like, yo, you did it at one time. I mean, if you don't do it again, I'm gonna call the cops and let people know. Your whole career, you decided to basically sign yourself on to be a slave to whatever foolishness it is that they have set forth for you. Don't do it, man. Yo, this dude, Michael Beasley. And son, so since all that happened, it's been having me thinking like, yo, when Michael Beasley was with LA and we all thought, yo, Michael Beasley's about to be a flamethrower out there. Was he throwing the games for LA? Tell me what y'all think, chat. Please let me know. What do you think? Do you think Michael Beasley was throwing games with LA? Was basically doing the under for his own plays? Because Lord knows there's so many shots. He would hit a three every once in a while. And sometimes you'd be like, oh, well, the lights are so bright in LA, basically, maybe this was too big for him. Yo, Michael Beasley was throwing games. So he threw some games for LA. I need him to get paid me my money. He need to run me my money or run me my fade. He effed up that run for us, man. Plain and simple. We were good. We were actually doing real good. And next thing you know, he went cold as ice. What are the Lakers' plans? Starting to get frustrated. I have no clue what the Lakers' plans are, man. And I don't think that Rob Pelinka knows what the Lakers' plans are, Kurt. Hey, I won't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised me either, man. That's right now. I need them to run me those years. Let me know what I need to know what bets he made and when. The world needs to know, because plain and simple, I need, man. Anyway, Draymond Green, he basically opted out of his player option with the Golden State Warriors. I feel like that's probably more so just to allow the Warriors to restructure his deal. I think they were definitely trying to do the whole get LeBron to join with the Warriors with Steph and with Draymond and try to get AD in, because hey, he's he is LeBron. Rich Paul is LeBron, AD, and Draymond's agent. So if anybody could do it, Rich Paul could do it. Until the Washington Wizards said, we ain't trading AD. So, I mean, hey, we're going to see what's going on, man. We're going to see what's going on. I'm definitely going to be back to cover a lot more trades, especially if the Lakers are even mentioned in it, or if anything big happens, I'm going to be back for another live. So please go ahead and hit that notification button so you know when I'm coming on live. But please, if you haven't done so already, I've seen some good numbers today. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Please, what's going on? Hit me up. Let me know. Hit the subscribe button, man. I'm trying to grow this channel, man. Come on now. Working hard for so many years. Let's go. Let's go with it. Let's go with it. But so I don't think that he's going to end up with I don't think that Bron. Let's talk about it right there. Since we basically talking about Draymond and what's going on with the Golden State. So like I said, basically, they were trying to, put a little bit of, I personally at first thought it was a little bit of pressure that they were trying to apply to the Lakers to say, hey, we have a super team that we could possibly, put together over here with the Golden State. I mean, if you want that to happen, you just want us to walk, we could basically, they'll pay me 15 over here. If you pay me 30, I mean, I'll stay here, and I think what happened is that the Lakers basically I don't think they called his bluff. But I think the Lakers was decided to say, hey, we need to move on. But I would have rather move on if we had a better person steering the ship. Give me Corliss Valerian as the captain of the Lakers steering the ship. Give me Corliss Valerian as my GM. Steady even through the tight windows. My man was steady and cool and calm and collected and ready to get down and fight with his men. Give me Corliss Valerian instead of Rob Pelinka. Plain and simple, man. I need somebody who's ready to make moves. So the Washington Wizards has come out and say that they don't have no plans to trade AD, which honestly made no sense in the first place because it seemed like they were trying to build something. And why would they give up on their major? I mean, hell, Brook Lopez just got like $10 million. If Brook Lopez is getting $10 million, centers are at a premium. You know what I'm saying? So why would you willingly give away AD when you just got a fresh number 1 pick rookie and you basically just re-signed Trey Young? And I mean, you bubbling. So basically, why would you do that? So I think that was more so there was pressure that was trying to put on the Lakers to see if the Lakers would blink and decide to pay Braun and this basically so he could cash out and be able to ride into the sunset on his own terms with the Lakers. But the Lakers was like, hey man, I'm sorry, we have a future that we got to think about. We would love to do that if we didn't have nothing else going for us, just like how it was when Kobe was here. Kobe tore his Achilles. We didn't have no star to really build around except for Kobe, and Kobe wasn't going to go nowhere. So yeah, we paid him big money that we did need to pay him, but that was because of the circumstance. The circumstance then is not the circumstance now. We have a big star that we need to build around right now, or in 2 years when he goes free agent, he's going to chuck up the deuces and go to the best. Hell, he might go to Denver. He don't got to play with Joker here. We want him to play with Joker here, or whoever the hell it is. I mean, hey. But hey, that's basically what it is. He's trying to play chicken, and he decided, man, hey, do what you got to do. So honestly, another team obviously was going to be the Miami Heat, which was another team that he could have basically, joined up with. It would have been a team that could have been palatable for a lot of NBA stars, NBA fans, due to the fact that he's played there before. He wouldn't just be ring chasing, you know what I mean? But of course, it's a balance that he's trying to, hold on to, where he wants to go to a team that is a contender, but at the same time, don't look like he's going to join the Spurs, which who knows? I ain't going to say he's not going to, but at the same time, I feel like that would be worse than KD. I feel like that him joining the Spurs would be worse than KD. The old man talking about, can I come? Y'all out there playing, and out of nowhere, some old dude just comes out on the court talking about, can I get a run? We're like, old man, if you don't go sit your ass down somewhere, wait for the rest of the senior league to come through. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I feel like he's going to end up with Cleveland, and that's basically going to be what it is. I feel like he could still drive to the hole with the best of them. Ain't going to be nothing wrong because Donovan Mitchell's is not a point guard. They need someone besides Donovan Mitchell that they can count on when it's crunch time. So. And they obviously cannot count on James Harden. James Harden decided to opt out, so maybe that he's trying to restructure his deal. And if he decided to opt out, then he could go wherever he want to go. Go test the market, James Harden. I'm sure somebody like Sacramento or Utah or something basically going to pay you some big money just to basically bring people to the arena. But ain't nobody counting on you to help them in the playoffs. So good luck to you. I hope you restructure it, do some decent money, because I think you've earned more money in the NBA than LeBron has earned in the NBA. Pound for pound, just off contracts. So you made enough money. See if you can basically team up with LeBron and play a little bit of off ball. That'll be actually nasty. Harden and Donovan Mitchell playing off ball. They got Allen and Mobley, even though I think Mobley is he's fugazi a little bit, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I feel like they got some pieces that they could build around with that team. They got some pieces, and he could go there and retire after 4 years and call it a day. 2 years after call it a day. 4 years. That'd be nasty work. Nasty ass work right there, yo. So that's what I feel like Braun's going to end up with Cleveland. And that's the only one that I feel is just palatable. That's why I feel like that's what's going to happen. Let's go back to a couple more a couple more Sham drops. Basically, okay. Sandro, okay. Raptors big man Sandro Mamuka Shavili is declining his $2.8 million option to become a free agent. Okay, that's who they were saying that basically who Dan I think was saying earlier that he thinks would be good to end up with the Lakers. I'll take him. I'll take him. Hey, if Dan likes him, I love him. You know what I mean? Josh Minot decides intends to sign a new 2-year deal with the Nets. Good luck with that. Daron Sharp intends to stay with the Nets. No doubt. DeAndre Ayton. I'm gonna pass right by that one right there. Trace Jackson Davis opts and he opted into his deal with the Raptors. Cool. Just in the Heat forward, Andrew Wiggins intends to sign a 3-year deal to stay with the franchise. You better. Seriously, bro. Wiggins will serve as a key starter alongside Giannis and Bam. Yep, he will. This one right here hurt my heart, man. I was really hoping that we could keep this dude because he was basically the heart and soul of our defense. Marcus Smart decided to opt out and signing with the Houston Rockets, man. I mean, hey, understandable. He has a history with Ime Doku, who was his coach when he was with the Boston Celtics, and they went to the finals and lost, unfortunately. They lost. But he won Defensive Player of the Year, so that's a big loss. That's a big loss. It's going to be hard to fill those shoes. Nobody cares about Thomas Bryant. He's returning to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Good for you, bro. Good for you. Bradley Beal declines his $5.6 million player option next year. This next season, making him an unrestricted free agent. Okay, Bradley Beal. That's another dude who was basically just a really, really good player on a bad team. And when he got onto a good team, he couldn't figure out where he fit because he didn't have the ball in his damn hands. That's another one. This another one. This is a good one to talk about right here. The Memphis Grizzlies have traded Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray for Ja Morant. So Ja Morant is now joining the Portland Trailblazers to play alongside Damian Lillard and Scoot Henderson. I think that is a packed point guard room. I think that will be okay though if it's mostly just. But I heard they have 4 point guards, so somebody might have to go. I mean, hey, I kind of feel like you can't have too many, but I think 3 point guards is good. You got to have 2 shooting guards. Damian Lillard to me always seemed more of a shooting guard than a point guard, and Ja Morant though seemed like more of a scoring guard than a point guard. I didn't really ever see Ja Morant get great numbers with assists, you know what I mean? So, and Damian Lillard, he could definitely get assists, but at the same time, sooner or later the ball comes back to him, you know what I mean? And he's gonna shoot it. That's Dame time right there. And Ja Morant is looking to posterize somebody. Scoot Henderson might be the dude who is a solid point guard who's gonna be coming off the bench point guard. Obviously Ja and Dame is gonna start. They got Donovan clinging in the post. They don't got to worry about Jeremy Grant hogging up a bunch of money. You know what I mean? So they can build out a decent team out in the Trailblazers out in Portland. I think that they definitely going to be. They finished strong at the end of this year. I think they're going to be a dark horse in the league this year. Trailblazers. Right here, let me say that right there. This is a sad one right here, though. Jonathan Kuminga, the team basically turned down his $24.3 million option. I'm sure he probably expected it. And if he didn't expect it, I feel bad for him that he didn't expect it, because I feel like Steve Kerr pretty much sabotaged his career because the way these teams work is that play ball with us, and that shows us that you're willing to play ball, and we'll keep you around in this league making money that you probably didn't earn for a long time. But at the same time, he decided to bet on himself, which is always a bad thing to the league. And they decided to screw him out of his money. So he has no home right now. He's gonna be a free agent. I actually always thought to myself that I would actually like to have Kyle Jonathan Kuminga on the Lakers, but I'm sure he's gonna be looking for. I mean, if he was supposed to get 24.3, I'm sure he gonna be like, come on, you can't give me 20. All right, give me 15. You can't give me 15. I'm gonna go look for what. Yeah, holla at me when you come back around to 5. And I'm gonna holler at you. Let's see where it go there. You know what I'm saying? But I feel bad for Jonathan Kuminga, man. I think he was a really good talent who could have flourished into a better player if he was on a team that can actually also develop players, which I hope that the Lakers is becoming. I think AR developed, but that was definitely because of Braun and Hardy and I forgot the dude's name, the player development coach that we used to have. He was with LeBron in Cleveland and came to the Lakers. But I think that definitely some players got better with the Lakers and some players didn't, unfortunately. But I think that's also just that want to, you know what I mean? Another free agent that's out there right now who's actually looking for a home is Ben Simmons. Do you want Ben Simmons on your team? Holler at me in the chat if you want Ben Simmons on the Lakers. Holler at me in the chat if you want Jonathan Kuminga on the Lakers. Let me know what you think. We obviously are looking for players on the Lakers. Landry Shamit's coming back to the Knicks, man. I'm so happy about that. Jefferson Mistula says Lakers 50 cap space until now. The Lakers not doing free agency. I mean, hey, that's exactly what it is, man. We had all the money, but we not doing shit with it. So who are we giving this money to? Who are we holding on to this money for? I mean, I guess we holding on to this money to give it to Walker Kessler, but Walker Kessler by himself ain't gonna do it. And DeAndre Ayton basically coming up. I think we should basically package DeAndre Ayton off we get Walker Kessler and then package DeAndre Ayton and send him off somewhere and get somebody back. Because personally, I think that DeAndre Ayton's gonna have a funky ass attitude coming off the bench. You can just tell that he is not a bench running center. He has it in his head that he is the man and he was supposed to be the man. Everybody in his whole life told him that he was going to be the man and he was going to be the next Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And for some reason, he just thought that that's all he needed. He never needed to go out there and actually do it. And once people stopped kissing his ass, he felt like, I'm taking my ball, I'm going home. You better be Clint Capella. Hell, Clint Capella is a better center than you ever been. Clint Capella is a better center than you have ever been, DeAndre Ayton. Matter of fact, where the hell can Clint Capella at right now? Bring Clint Capella's old ass over here. If Brook Lopez can get $10 million, Clint Capella, bring your ass to the Lakers, bro. We need boards. Lou Dort staying with the Thunder. I knew that was going to happen. This one right here, some cold ass moves right here, man. Julian Champagnie staying with the San Antonio Spurs, 3-year deal, very, very manageable to right now. Very, very manageable. Who's that? Joseph Nurkic, sorry, intends to sign 2-year deal to return to the Utah Jazz. They don't need Walker Kessler, bro. Let him go. Let him free. Kevin Herter decides to stay with the Pistons. Good for you. Kristaps Porzingis has agreed to a 2-year, $440 million extension with the Golden State Warriors. I hope you stay healthy, my bro. I hope you stay healthy. Harrison Barnes intends to stay with the Spurs. I mean, hey, why not? You unk on the team, man. You unk on the team. Go ahead and do that. Who's this? Simon Fontecchio. I'm about to say some old New York stuff. Fontecchio. Returning to the Heat. Yeah, I mean, hell, like I said, the Blazers might be a problem, man. They getting Time Lord back for a 3 year another 3 year deal. Yep. Then Braun basically says that he's gone. Who's this? Jock Lindale intends to sign a deal with the Hawks. Kawhi, yes, Kawhi is going back to Toronto. Kawhi's going back to Toronto. Hey, they gave up Brandon Ingram and some other cat, I can't remember his name. Basically, they're going to the Clippers, which is crazy because hey, we cannot lose as a Laker fan. We cannot lose to Brandon Ingram and the Clippers. Just like the Browns can't lose to the Falcons, the Lakers cannot lose to Brandon Ingram and the Clippers under no circumstances at all. But bon voyage, Kawhi. Have fun out there, bro. Yep, Lubin. Osman Dieng agrees to a 3-year deal with the Bucks. DeAndre Jordan is still in the league. Has agreed to a deal to return with the New Orleans Pelicans. Is that where you at? Ugh. Tim Hardaway going to the Heat. Yeah, they need some people. They need some guards out there. They really heavy in the front. They need some guards. They got Portis. They got Bobby. They got Portis. They got Bam, and they got the Greek Freak. I mean, hey, you need some guards out there, especially since you sent Tyler Hero and them out to Milwaukee. Hey, time to build our teams. I don't know why the hell the Lakers is asleep. Stop pressing the snooze button and get the hell up out the bed. Free agency is passing you by, my dude. Okay, anything new? Brandon Clarkson has agreed to a 2.5 deal with the Blazers. The Blazers is stacking up right now. Kobe Sanders agrees to a 4-year deal with the Clippers. Keon Ellis has agreed to a 2-year, $18 million deal with the Nets. I mean, hey, good for you, Nets. Good for you. This one right here broke my heart, man. Luke Kennard going to Phoenix. We can't keep nobody, man. Please don't let me see Rui up here, man. Please. Zach Collins has agreed to a 2-year deal to stay with the Bulls. Dean Wade agrees to deal to stay with the Philadelphia 76ers. Okay, so he's leaving Cleveland. Clearing more cap space. 76ers officials finalized. Yep. Okay, so that's basically all Shams had to say right now. So this is what the Lakers have right now, man. Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, Vanderbilt, DeAndre Ayton, Jake LaRavia, Don Connect, Cameron Carr, Bronny James, Adu Thiero. All I feel like we should be keeping right now is Luka, Austin. I guess we could keep Vanderbilt. DeAndre Ayton, I don't want him, honestly, but unless we get somebody to replace him with, I guess he could stay. Look at that. Jackson Hayes is not even on the team right now. He's not even signed. So we don't even have him. Don't Connect could go. Jake LaRavia, it was nice. It was cute, but you could go too. We could basically package you up and we could send somebody off. We could get some. Hey, I'm sure there's a lot of vets out there right now who wouldn't mind coming through and getting some run for a year until we basically really get this settled out right now. But yo, Rob, please tell me you doing something. You have something in your pockets right now. You better not come up with a lozenge and a butterscotch. Please tell me you ain't got that. Right now, you should be on your third phone because your other two phones, the battery's dead and they charging. That's what you should be doing right now, Rob. I'm telling you right now. Adu Thiero, Bronny James, Cameron Carr. Those are definitely 3 dudes you cannot come off of. You got to just keep a hold on them. Obviously, Austin and Luka ain't going nowhere, but everybody in the middle can move around. But we're gonna see what this looks like in about 2-3 days, man. I hope we get something going and we get something moving, man. That's right now. But hey, that's all for me today, man. Hey, it's all on Rob. That's how I feel right now. Bron, you did what you had to do for your time. I appreciate your time with the Lakers. You kept us relevant. You kept us relevant, and I appreciate that. I'm not going to say that basically. I'm not one of those, fair weather fans or you were a Laker for 8 years, and I respect it and I appreciate it. Absolutely appreciate it. At the same time, I just had to be a honest arbiter, and always have my Laker hat on. So I'm always thinking about the Lakers in the future. That's just basically what it is. And unfortunately, it comes a time when you're no longer the future. It is what it is. I mean, hey, sooner or later I had to be like, hey, I ain't got it like that. I used to have it. I mean, I used to be like, yo, I could come in and pull whoever I wanted to pull, but nah, it ain't like that no more. I mean, plain and simple. I got a little bit of extra things here and I got a little bit of extra things here. And I ain't got that money to move around like I used to have money to move around. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, hey, what's going on, Empire Jeff? Yo, what's going on with you, man? Glad that you come through. Appreciate you coming through, man. Yo. So, I mean, hey, sooner or later, we had to say goodbye to Bron. Bron was going to have to say goodbye to Bron sooner or later. It is what it is. I give him 2 more years. I mean, hey, he might decide to say, hey, I'll go for 3. I'll give you whatever you want. Cleveland is coming through. Can pay me for a good amount of, money. I'm going to sell this joint out for the next 2 years at the very least. Give me that Kobe treatment, Cleveland. And I pray, I hope that it turns out absolutely great for him, and I hope he gets them into a deep playoff run. You know what I mean? But it couldn't go forever with the Lakers. Everybody, every time has its end. Everything has to start and everything has an end. So it just had to end sooner or later. But now it's all on Rob. We paid AR, and you had to pay him, or he was gonna walk, and that would have been ugly. Because then you would have had Luka and Bron sharing all the money to give to Bron. Bron would have had his way and got all the money, and it would have just been those two cats, those two tigers staring at each other in the same pen. That wouldn't have been good either. And you still wouldn't have had no money to basically spend on nobody else. So, but everybody else, listen, I was just thinking about the line when I was driving home. I was thinking about the line from Days of Thunder. He was like, hey, all these other vultures are able to finish the race on their tires. Why can't you finish the race on your tires, Rob? All these other teams that aren't the Lakers, all these other teams who are not the Lakers are able to finish their race on their tires. Why can't you? So Rob, show me something. Show me you got that. You want that? I want that old thing back. Yo, show me you still got it right now, Rob. Show me something or move on. You can move on, Rob. I think it's not going to be in your hands right now, plain simple, man. I think it might be. I mean, hey, yo, the way it really, really works in business, he really already out the door. He just don't know it yet. He's thinking that he's basically playing for his job. He's thinking he's GMing for his job right now. But they already know who they're giving it to next year. They just going to let him take care of the transition. They just not going to give the okay to do anything crazy with the money. This is how it is. It's how it is. Like I said, I am Comey Nakomi. Please go ahead, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't done so already, man. What's going on with you if you haven't done so already? Hit that subscribe button, man. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Share me with your friends. Let them know that this is a great channel that's out here. Hey, there's a girl that's out there who's spitting that truth for real. You know what I'm saying? And she ain't got no damn filter half the time. I mean, hell, it is what it is. I'm from New York. I'm an Aries. Hey, I ain't got no filter, and I'm on that yak right now. I mean, hey, it ain't that Laportier, but it definitely is that Neris. Please have a great night. Take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. Be a part of your community, people. We have to build community. Stay connected. Lord knows. Do your civic duty. And may you always find water and shade. Go Lake Show. I'll holler at y'all.